Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Sean's the name and credit is the game today. We got a classic catch-22 situation today. If you've got no scores or bad credit scores, you need a credit card to get them up. Well, the problem is if you've got no scores or bad scores, you can't get approved for a credit card. So what do? It's pretty simple. You just click that like button on this video. Alright, but this is a situation that a lot of people are in. So if you're sitting there going, man, I'm like the only person in the world, no, you're wrong. There are millions of people who have been in your exact same shoes who have bad credit or no credit and they can't get approved for a credit card. That's why there's credit card companies that have designed cards to help individuals like you, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Yep, today I'm going to be giving you my 3 favorite credit cards that anyone can get to raise your scores up so you can start qualifying for some really sick cards like this guy. Oh, and before I get into those 3 cards, I highly recommend you watch my other videos on credit. I'll leave a link down below for you. There's just so much to know about credit that even if I give you these 3 cards today and you go open up one of them and you're trying to use it and your scores aren't going up, there's so much to know about credit that if you don't watch those videos or know what's going on, it could take your entire lifetime to get to that 800 credit score range. I mean, if you ever make it at all. So highly recommend you go watch those videos after this one. But all right, let's talk about my 3 favorite credit cards that anyone can get approved for to get your credit back on track. And I will say that all 3 of these cards do report to the 3 different credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So that's important to note with your credit card. All the ones I'm going to talk about today report to all 3, which is huge when you're trying to build your credit. Now, I will say that these 3 cards today are not the sexiest of cards. They are not going to be giving you tons of cash back or having all these great perks and bonuses. These cards are solely there to get your scores back up, so then you can qualify for those sexy cards that give you some amazing benefits. Oh, and if you want a little secret on how to beat the credit card game and just like a shortcut to getting incredibly high credit scores, then hang out to the end of the video. I will drop that on you then. But okay, let's start with our cards. Now, the first card I'm going to talk about is probably the best card out of the list, so I want you to start here. If you can't get approved for the first one, go to the second one. If you can't get approved for the second one, then your fail-proof method is to go for the third one, but you want to start at 1, 2, then 3, okay? The number 1 card I recommend to build your credit is going to be the one and only, the Discover It Secured Credit Card, baby. This has a $0 annual fee, which is huge, huge, when you're trying to build your credit, because most cards charge annual fees because they're like, yeah, this guy doesn't have the best credit, so let's just kick him while he's down. I know, credit card companies are terrible, but another great thing about this card is you actually get 1% to 2% cash back on purchases, which is insane for a secured credit card. And to top that off, Discover will actually match your cash back during your first year, which again is insane for a secured credit card. Then lastly, this secured credit card only makes you put $200 towards it. So if you don't know what a secured credit card is, it's essentially you giving Discover $200 and saying, here's my $200. They're going to say, okay, thank you. We're going to give you a credit card that has a $200 limit on it, and then it acts like a normal credit card. You charge it, you make payments, you charge it, you make payments, and it's a normal credit card. Then when you actually close that account, Discover goes, hey, thanks for being a customer. Here's the $200 you gave us at the beginning. Take that back into your bank account. It's a secured line of credit to ensure you are successful when using that credit card. And really, so the credit card company actually has some collateral on you. And again, this is my number 1 choice. So you're going to want to start with this card. If you can get approved for this and get all of these benefits, right, it's going to be in your best interest. And I know it's going to cost you $200 up front to get it, but I would 100% recommend it if you can do it. But let's say you unfortunately don't get approved for the Discover It Secured Credit Card. We can move on to our Plan B, which is our number 2 card. I love this card. I always recommend this card to my clients who are trying to get a mortgage and they just don't have the best credit because honestly, I haven't seen anyone get denied for this card yet. It's amazing. It is the Open Sky Secured Credit Line. These guys at Open Sky know what's going on. They are awesome. They don't even pull a credit report to approve you for this card. I don't understand how that works, but they literally do not pull a credit report. So if you're like, I've got the worst credit scores on the face of the earth, you could still get approved for this card because they do not pull a report. Their job and their focus is to give you the tools to get your credit back on track. And I will say, this card doesn't give you any cash back or any of those goodies or any of that stuff, but there's no annual fees, and every single person that I've told to get one, again, has been approved. Now, again, this is a secured credit card, which means there is a minimum limit of $200. So you do have to put that money up front to get the card. But again, when you close the account, you get it back. OpenSky is a total winner. I love them. I love that card. It's amazing. But let's say you don't get approved for the Discover It secured credit card, and OpenSky, you don't have the $200 to put down on a secured line of credit. Well, what do? Well, we go to option number 3. The Credit One Bank Platinum Visa for rebuilding credit. Now, this is an unsecured credit card. So this will be your go-to if you don't have the money to put down on a secured line of credit. Now, no one on this card I've seen has gotten denied either, but keep in mind it's just for rebuilding your credit, or maybe if you need like an emergency couple $100, because it does have an initial annual fee. It could be $0, $35, $55, or sometimes $95, and then every year after that it's going to be $99. So it is an expensive card that you don't want to hang on to for a long period of time. I will say that I believe the usual limit on this is about $200 to $300, and it could help you out if you're in a little bit of a bind. Now, remember, this is a BandAid card. You're not going to get this card and go, I'm going to have this for the rest of my life and always keep my credit going on the right track with this. No, you only get this card if you absolutely need it. Like if you do not have any money in your account, you're like, I can't go open a secured line of credit. I don't have $200 in my account. I need to get this card. I need to get my credit back on track. You can open this card, pay the whatever fee. You might not have a fee depending on your credit, but pay the fee, and then you've got a $300, credit card. So you can basically pay the fee, and then you got $200 to kind of go spend if you really need it. I do not recommend that card unless you absolutely have to get it. But these are my 3 go-to credit cards that are literally fail-proof. If you can't get one of these 3, I don't even know what to say. Actually, I do know what to say. You're going to do the thing I'm going to tell you right now, the little secret to the credit card score game. The easiest and quickest way to get your credit scores up is to actually just become a signer on someone else's credit card. So for example, let's say you have a family member or a really close friend who's got great credit. They're like, I've got 780s all day. My credit's great. You go to them and you say, hey, I'm in a bind, my credit's low, can you add me as a signer on your account? I'm not going to spend any money, I don't need a credit card. Literally, you just need to add me as a signer, as someone who has the ability to use your card. You're not going to use their card, you're just going to ask them if they can put you on your card. Well, if they've got great credit history, a great credit score and all this stuff, you're going to get signed onto that card, and basically your credit history is going to consume theirs, and your scores are going to shoot up. I mean, I've seen people shoot up like 80 to 120 points before just from being a signer on someone else's card. Seriously, 0 effort, took you a couple minutes to pick up the phone and ask someone, hey, can you add me as a signer? Again, you need to really stress that you're not going to be spending money, because if you've got a rough credit individual and a good credit individual, the good credit individual isn't going to be like, here, take my credit card, go spend some money. No. You're just asking to be a signer, and I'm telling you, it boosts your scores so dang well. So there you have it. Even those in the lowest of lows in the credit card world can still get their scores back up to where they need to be. So hopefully you take advantage of this video. Hopefully you learned something new. Again, these are my 3 favorite credit cards. I highly recommend you start from 1, then go to 2, then to 3. And if you learned something new, or I guess just enjoyed this video, I would really, really appreciate it if you can hit the like button on this video and also share it with a friend. Maybe you've got a friend who, has some questions about credit or might not be in the best credit situation. Send them this video and help them out, because guys, credit is actually not that challenging when you actually know what's going on. Problem is, no one teaches anything about credit. But again, if you want to learn more, got some more videos linked down below for you to learn all about credit. And again, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.